Hey guys, Jonah here, back with a beer review. I know it's a school night, but yeah, sometimes when you're having a hard day and you've done some hard work, unlike me, you need a beer. And yeah, I picked this one up the other day from Mike at yeah, the Royston. Andy was away, so Mike was taking the shifts, doing an amazing job actually. So Mike, if you're watching this, Shamon to you. Um, and it is one of these bad boys. So if you know about beer and you know what this symbol is, you'll know that this is a Polly's beer. And this one is called Driftwalker. Just says it's an IPA at 6.4. And there's a sort of weird psychedelic kind of trip out thing. And if you forget by the logo, it tells you on the side, this is a Polly's beer. And hopefully it will focus on there because some of these hops are quite interesting. He says, that says special. I know what the hops are because I looked them up, but I'm going to focus. Come on, dude. There we go. Eggers Special, Motueka and Rakau. Basically, this is from New Zealand, and Eggers are a hop grower, and they do a lot of crazy hops. And I've actually looked up the hop profile on this bad boy. It says Eggers Special. That's the name of the hops. Is a late pick Ratwaka hop. Grown in Motorare Valley or Mutare Valley. Sorry. Yeah, which is really cool. Used in a lot of IPAs and double IPAs in New Zealand, but over here in the UK, reasonably rare. And this beer, there's not many people that have drunk it. So I'm going to do a review, so you guys don't have to. But yeah, it's quite interesting. And yeah, I'm going to enjoy. This one, I had a bit of a discount on this bad boy. I think it's about, if you're going to the Royston, it's about £6, £6.50 with the discount, i.e. if you take it away. If you order it directly from Polly's, because I had a look on their website, you can get it for £5, so a lot cheaper if you order direct, but you're going to have to order a lot of beers to get the delivery up. So, it swings and roundabouts, but yeah, I'm not going to worry about £1.50 between me and Andy, or in this case, Mike, although, yeah, this is going to be outrageous. Yeah, so this is a proper IPA, almost 6.5%. And from what I've seen online, this bad boy is, oh, you can see, proper haze juice monster. Absolutely ridiculous. And the other day, I kind of forgot to do this, but I'm definitely going to do it today. So there we go. And that is going to be on the front of the video. I love their subtle branding. I was gonna hold it up that way, but yeah, I love their subtle branding. If you didn't know whose beer it was, it's Polly's beer, and obviously, pretty good, successful brewery from Wales, in the UK. Wow, look at that head has disappeared already. Absolutely crazy. Wow, and I'm getting some real dank kind of stuff. Yeah, because this is such a hazy bad boy. Yeah, it's looking absolutely ridiculous. Let's see if we can. Yeah. Oh God, I wonder if it's going to focus on the actual ingredients. Let's hope so. The first thing says water. I can see that without my. Oh no, it doesn't. It says bold. Right. So what have we got? Well, I can see here we've got oats, we've got wheat, we've got hops, yeast, and if we go over here, got some malted barley as well. So yeah, not surprised at all that this has got oats and wheat in it, because it makes it go like this, like pond water. Absolutely crazy. Cheers and beers to you all, guys. Let's see what we get from this beer. Like I say, I was getting real dankness on there, but there's supposed to be some fruitiness there. But because it's so like, it's going to be difficult. I think this one's going to be a bit tricky to kind of, yeah, dissect it a little bit. Anyway, cheers and beers for the midweek beers. Whoa, real hit of bitter, just generic hop. Real in your face, really kind of dank. Oh, okay. Now I'm getting into the more kind of citrusy. But interesting. This is kind of, yeah, this is like grapefruit kind of citrus. This is not your normal kind of orange or that type of thing. This is really kind of pithy, bitter. What else is in there? There are some fruits in there too. I'm trying to pick that apart. Is there anything really on there? No, it's just the yeah, it's just the ingredients, which is crazy. I'm looking, let me look on the Polly's website. So it's saying we could go for the mojito vibe of muddled limes and brown sugar. No, don't think so, to be perfectly honest. Pink grapefruit, there you go. So pink grapefruit coming through and maybe a touch of mango. Perhaps that was the fruit I was thinking about. There was another kind of tropically kind of thing going on. Yeah, I guess it's that kind of mango papaya thing. But because it's got that such a verdant green, I mean, Jesus Christ, that is really, really thick. Um, and that's going to be coming from insane amounts of hopping. So I was thinking that the oats is probably adding to that kind of thickness there, but it's not giving me a huge amount of creamy flavour in the beer itself. And that is probably because there's absolutely shed loads of hops in there and it's taking that away. The mouthfeel is medium to thick, but I thought it would be a lot thicker, but no, not so much on the mouth. I tell you what's weird. Wow, it's so bitter, and I think it's bitter one from the amount of hops they put in there, but also that kind of grapefruity bitterness is coming through. Um, yeah, from the hops used, which is really, it's like a double bitterness. Um, but yeah, my tongue is kind of because I'm feeling like hop particulates floating around in this beer. In fact, let me see. Have any of them settled to the bottom? Can we see? Oh, I don't want to. Oh, perhaps there's some, yeah, some particulates, maybe a little bit of yeast settling a tiny bit out in there. But wow, I'm so glad I tried this beer. It's really zesty. It's really pithy. If you like those, yeah, interesting that they talk about lemon because potentially, you know, those kind of lemon lime type beers, but they tend to be light. This one is definitely heavy, um, bitter. I'd go for a medium mouthfeel, medium to thick, but definitely not milkshake. It's not a thick shake, even though it kind of looks like it. I mean, yeah, absolutely crazy. The other weird thing is, so far, I mean, I know I've been shaking this about a bit, but so far, a distinct lack of kind of head sticking to the side of glass, which is interesting when you're using quite a lot of oats and yeast there. Um, Perhaps the hop oils are preventing that. And I know with some real hoppy bad boys, such as this one, yeah, that can happen. It can affect the yeah, the foam, if you like, the protein sticking to the side of the glass because the hop oil is so blooming high. It's crazy. In fact, as we know, hops are related in the family to weed, essentially to the cannabis. Um, and sometimes when you get a really hoppy beer, it gets that dank kind of feeling. Um, yeah, and it's kind of yeah, it gets into your system and it kind of it's not one of those things like that makes you kind of go and sleepy and stuff like supposedly weed does. How would I know? I don't know. Um, but this does the opposite because there's so much hops in there. I really feel like an endorphin rush. I'm actually feeling super alive and awake purely just because there's a shed load of hops in there. Oh, okay, we're getting down towards the bottom of the glass. Oh, look, there's a little bit of a line forming now. A little bit probably too little, too late. But also, this end of the beer when you're drinking, this is where anything that's settled out um, in the can, obviously the storage, I don't know exactly how long this has been around for. This is quite a new release from what I understand. So I don't think it's been sitting around for too long. But sometimes with these types of beers, um, it does settle out. So the last little bit is where the real kind of particulates and things kind of settle into. So it is getting a bit more thick, a bit more chewy towards the bottom. Um, there's a little bit of carbonation, but I thought that was going to happen nearer the beginning, and it didn't. So, yeah, this is not a really carbonated beer, as you can probably tell from. That's another reason why the lack of carbonation um, might cause less of a head, at least to start with. Um, and I like a head to follow me down the glass, and this one kind of hasn't at all. Tastes nice, but yeah, it's weird, isn't it? You get a thick, hazy beer, and it's kind of yeah, it's good on the eyes, the look, but then as I've kind of drunk through this beer, it's left me almost like a clean glass. Maybe I don't even have to wash this one tonight. Probably do to get that hop oil away from the side of the glass. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit of foam left hanging around, but yeah, not much. Oh, look, there's a sort of like a kind of horsey type shape. Yeah, it looks like those chalk horses. Um, especially if you live in the UK, you go into the kind of yeah, the kind of Midlands. If you're following the M4 around, you'll definitely find some chalk horses, especially around yeah, kind of getting over to Wiltshire and around that kind of area. There we go. Absolutely ridiculous beer. That is Driftwalker. It's an IPA, but it's definitely a hazy IPA. And if you've forgotten who it was, oops, round this way, oh, from Bolly's. And this has been Unclejona. Drinking beers, hopefully entertaining you, all that kind of jazz, taking your mind off uh, the weird stuff that's happening in the world. And don't you worry, because there will be some more beer reviews, and they'll be coming up real damn soon.